Hello there. So this is a music theory daily routine that you can use to exercise your brain to learn a bit more about music theory, and this is primarily directed at guitar players. So I did a previous video about this in terms of major scales. I'm going to talk about minor scales here and minor keys. Now for this to make sense to you, you should have some knowledge of a minor scale, and bar chord shapes as well would help you as well. So I look at the key of A minor here, so there's no sharps or flats in this. So let me just write the notes on the board. So there's a certain formula to constructing minor scales, and really you should have the formula wrote first and then place the notes in. But just to get us started, I'm going to show you how this goes with just the notes already done. So to build any minor scale, there's a certain formula, and it will be different from major scales. So in this case, it'll go whole, half, whole, and then a whole step at the end. So let's see how this works out. So we got a whole step, a half step, and a whole step. So a whole step in guitar is a distance of 2 frets. So if you were on fret 5 of your Louise string, you'd be on an A note, go across 2 frets, you'll find your B note. So that's a whole step. Then a half step would be, in that case, from 7 to fret 8, from a B note to a C note, okay? So it goes whole, half, whole, then it does that again, whole, half, whole, and then one more whole step at the end. So look for symmetry there and things to help you remember it. Whole, half, whole, and then one more whole step. Now then, with that knowledge, we can start to build the chords in the key of A minor and find out what notes are in them. Just with a wee simple trick. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to find the first chord in the key of A minor, which you're going to guess is the A minor chord. So how we do this is take A, skip the next note in the scale, skip B and go to C, then C, skip D and go to E. A, C and E you would find make up an A minor chord. So that is the first triad in the key, and that's the notes within it. We'll keep going then. So the next one in a minor key is this unusual diminished chord. So it would have B, not C, but D, and we're going to skip E and F. So B, D, and F make up a B diminished triad. And you can see how this is going. So C to E, that's already done for us here. Then E to G. So C, E and G will make up a C major chord. Okay, I've just cleaned that up a bit, so we'll keep going. Next note on the scale is D. So let's go D, skip E and go to F. Then F, skip G and go to A. D, F and A make up a D minor chord. Let's keep going. We're on to E. So E, skip F and go to G. Then G, skip A, and we'll have to go back to the start of our list here. Remember, we're skipping A, but we want B. Alright, so we've got E, G, and B, and that makes up an E minor chord. So we've got 5 of our 7 triads chords done already. Let's go to the next one. So next note in the scale is F. We've got F to A done there for us. Then we're going to go A, skip B and go to C. So F, A and C make up an F major chord. One more to do. We've got G, that's the next note. So G, skip A, and go to B. So G, B, and then one more thing to do, skip C. So G, B, and D. And that makes up a G major chord. And there we have it. So what I would encourage you to do is pick a key to do and go through this process. It really gets your knowledge of the fretboard solidified. It gets you to know the chords in a key, the notes in the chord, and it's also a good way to keep your brain active. Like, music theory won't be much use to you unless you actually do this stuff and use it. So you've got to do this hundreds and hundreds of times. Get a wee notebook. I have this. I go through loads of these, or just scrap paper. Write it down. You've got to write this stuff down for it to sink into your head.